we're going to be, I just flicked on the video camera for everybody out there. Yeah, we're going to be talking about 3 D-men from both conference, 3 for the East, 3 for the West, and we're going to be talking about them in detail in defensive terms, most importantly, and just kind of a D-men spotlight, because the defensemen, they never get any play, in my opinion, you know what I mean?
They don't get no respect.
They don't get no respect. So I think we'll lead it off, I guess, with the East and move West.
Sounds good to me. Lead it off with my first defenseman. I'm going to have to go with Zdeno Chara.
Big Z.
He was the plus-minus leader for last year with 33. On the season, he's got plus 13, which is right up there. I think it's about 4 points below Tyler Seguin, his teammate in Boston. But I think he's tied for third or fourth in league right now.
Yeah.
Great statistics. Not only can he be on the ice when his team is scoring, he can also hit. I mean, the guy had 153 hits last year. The year before that, 159.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 seasons, he's averaged 157 hits per.
He's a guy that can kind of do everything well.
He's one of them players, just like, I think personally, just like Chris Pronger, that he can take your team and take them from, around from 6th to 8th, just barely getting into the playoffs, and he can propel your team to that next level, where you're going to be the one that's going to be hosting the first 2 games of each round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and Boston was able to project into the future when they signed him back.
Yeah, that was right after the lockout.
After his Ottawa days.
That was after the lockout. That was the big signing that summer.
Some might have considered taking a chance, but look now, it's probably the best signing, or one of the top 5 signings that's happened since the end of the lockout.
Well, I mean, he captained his team to a Stanley Cup. He really blossomed. I mean, Chara was kind of a late bloomer, but he's really becoming. I think he's in the prime of his prime right now. If you kind of know what I mean, and that whole Boston team right now, they're just playing so fucking well together. Well, first F-bomb of the night.
He's what, 3 or 4 times Slapshot champ?
I believe it's 3 times.
Hardest shot.
The hardest shot.
I think what's really impressive is, he's been scoring about 50 points now for the last 8 years. 50 points a season. But what jumps off the map for me is last year, his plus-minus improved 74% from the year previous.
Wow. Holy cow.
Shit.
And I mean, that year before, that Boston team was still a good team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So
that really propelled that team to the next level.
For sure.
Well, obviously, they're the defending Stanley Cup champs. What can you say?
I wish I had. There's one thing I forgot to grab is the block shot stat. I'm sure he blocks his fair number of shots.
I don't think he can even really avoid it. You know what I mean?
He's as big as a goalie with pads on.
He almost blocks as many shots in the offensive zone as the defensive zone. Standing in front of the net on the power play. If Boston still has him doing that silly stuff.
Usually now they got him on the point. Him and Patrice Bergeron, because Patrice Bergeron usually plays on the point. He usually does it. Yeah, he'll take the face off and he'll drop back to the point, and he'll usually quarterback it. And they're trying to get Chara open to let that howitzer of a shot go.
I mean, Chara is the kind of guy. Well, he's got such a good shot that I think he's way better served on the point on the power play, rather than in front of the net, because yes, he's a big body in front of the net, but he doesn't have the dexterity to wheel around for a shot really quick. You know what I mean? But he's got that thunder, that 110 mile per hour shot off the back end. That's just unstoppable.
And he says that's in the slap shot competition.
Yeah.
And he's not even warmed up. He's sat there cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Patrice Bergeron was saying that when he's warmed up and he's good to go, he's usually shooting at 120 mile an hour.
I say without a doubt, right? After a hard hour practice, taking slap shots then, that's going to be even more unstoppable. But yeah, I think Chara, he's definitely a Norris candidate this year.
I think perennial.
For the last 8 years. Even when he was in Ottawa, he was doing great things.